Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at another move update from the Season 15 Go Battle League. Shadow Cloyster with Liquidation. Liquidation is a crunch clone which has 70 damage for 45 energy, and it is a pretty good move. Shadow Cloyster with the moveset of Ice Shard, Icy Wind, and Liquidation it's often a spicy pick in the Summer Cup for the Go Battle League. So let's go ahead and get right in the matches. Alright, hopping in the first match, you have Cloyster versus Swampert. Pretty decent lead right here. All we need to do is watch out for the Earthquake, and we should be good. Cloyster able to farm pretty fast with the Ice Shard right there, and going for the Icy Wind. Shadow Cloyster with Shadow Icy Wind does a lot of damage, as you can see right there, and we do have to shield the Earthquake, otherwise it will do a lot of damage. We do shield up correctly, and in the back it's Talonflame. We do one more Ice Shard after the Liquidation, and we're going to go straight for it. Does he shield the Liquidation? And he does respect it, so that means he does know. And we say swap into the Araquanid. Araquanid can easily just tank a Brave Bird right there. And can we get to the ball in time? Yes, we can. And this should get a shield. What does it get a shield? It does get a shield, and it does debuff the opponent. And we do have to shield this up, as Shadow Beedrill does not want to see a boosted Incinerate do that much. I forced him to throw a second one, so my Beedrill can easily just farm down with the poison jabs, as it is in poison jab downrange. And in the back it is Ferrothorn, and we just have to farm to back-to-back drill runs, as 2 drones along with the poison jabs will kill Thunder Critics onto my Shadow Beedrill. Able to get to the back-to-back drill runs right there, and able to do the first run. Drill run number 1 connects, and we throw an X Scissor. I do throw an X Scissor because I do want some leftover energy for whatever's in the back. Able to farm down the Swampert right there, and we can just farm the Talonflame right there, and that is a good game. So GG's my opponent right there. Overall, Shadow Beedrill showing that it's a very strong spicy pick in the Summer Cup. And let's get right in the second match. Shadow Cloyster against the Polytail, not the best lead, but even the Shadow Ice Shard are doing a lot of damage right there. And all we can do is go for the Surf right there. Surf does a lot of damage, and we go for the Liquidation. Liquidation will pretty much get a defense debuff, which it does, and we say swap into the Araquanid. Araquanid versus whatever Polytoad has, Surf, Weather Ball, Blizzard, and Earthquake, and they bring in an Ivysaur. Ivysaur carrying Rage Relief, and we do throw the Bug Buzz right there. Bug Buzz able to get the defense debuff and get a shield. Bug Buzz able to get the defense debuff, and we do let this go. Power Up does connect right there, and we do have Shadow Beedrill to farm all the way down. We'll be able to farm down. Yes, we can. And in comes Polytoad once again, going for the X Scissor right there. X Scissor does get the final shield, and we try to farm down, as we do have to potentially shield this up, which is a Surf. It does a lot of damage anyway, but we just shield it anyway, because Shadow Cloyster is made of total glass. Cloyster going for an Icy Wind right there, hoping to get to the Ice Shard in time, but this is just an Ice Beam. We just let this go, and we do let go of the Icy Wind right here. Just for a science experiment, let's see how much a Liquidation does to an Azu from a Shadow Cloyster. It does good damage right there, considering that Liquidation is resistant on Azu, and Azu is a pretty bulky XL Pokemon. Liquidation able to do solid chip damage, and able to farm down the Azu right there. And in the back, once again, Polytail living on 1 HP, throwing the drone right there, and that is a good game. So GG's to my opponent right there. Overall, Shadow Beedrill once again proving to be a very strong closer in the Summer Cup. And let's get right in the third match. Shadow Cloyster against Garvantula. We do one more Ice Shard and swap into Shadow Beedrill as Araquanid, and I'm ABA weak to Garvantula, which is absolutely everywhere in this cup. Poliwrath comes in right there, and supposing I do lose CMP right there, well, I do think that Shadow Beedrill does win CMP, as it is very, very glassy, and it does win a lot of CMP ties. So I think that was just a glitch right there. And yep, and as we do win CMP right there, so I think that was like a faulty bug glitch or whatever it was. So anyways, we do let this go right here. It is just an Ice Punch right there. Ice Punch does take out the Beedrill, and we can just easily bring the Cloyster in, and we can just easily attempt to farm down. Can we get the farm down? Yes, we can. And in comes Garvantula once again, going for the Icy Wind debuff and getting the shield. And we do swap into Araquanid right here. We do want to leave as much health as we can on the Cloyster for hopefully whatever in the back is weak to Shadow Cloyster. Shadow Cloyster, and in the back it's a Credilli and Araquanid going for the Bubble Beam. Does not get the shield, but we can just easily go for a Bug Buzz right there, and Bug Buzz hoping to get a shield or take it out. It does take out the Credilli right there. They were trying to call the bait, and that is a good game. So GG's my opponent right there. Hopping in the next match of Cloyster versus Miltank. This is not a good matchup, as they do have access to rollout, which does super effective damage to Cloyster. Cloyster going for Liquidation right there. Liquidation do solid damage right there. It does do solid damage right there. Able to land, and we say stop into the Araquanid. Araquanid trying to check for any like hard counters to Shadow Beedrill in back, as this is basically a PvP style team. We do like say swap the Beedrill or the Araquanid to bait out each one of the bugs counter, and yeah, we go from there. Araquanid can easily just survive from a flame charge right there, not drawing. So, and we do throw like 3 bug bites and 30 bubble beam. Sorry, I can't speak today. And we do get the debuff, and we can just easily let this go, as they are buffed once again. Shadow Beedrill, can you get the farm down? Yes, it can. Able to eat 2 incinerates pretty well, but it still does a lot of damage. And in comes Miltank. I do throw the X Scissor thinking that they might get to a move, and I don't want to spend a shield, as Shadow Cloyster does need shields. Going for a drone right there, hoping it connects. It does connect right there, and in comes Shadow Cloyster, and we decide to shield this up. Let's see. Ferrothorn goes for a power up right there, and going for the Icy Wind. Icy Wind will basically connect. It does connect by getting the shield right there, and we can just easily just force him to dump their energy, and hopefully hopefully farm down. In the meantime, can we farm down? Yes, it can. Shadow Beedrill proving once again to be a very, very solid closer in the Summer Cup, and that is a good game. Hopping to a more neutral matchup in the next match, we have Shadow Cloyster versus Stunfisk, as this is basically as where our Ice Shards are doing more damage than their Thunder Shocks. Going for an Icy Wind right here. I do want to get a debuff, so I don't have to spend a shield again, as we do get a shield, and we do sneak an Ice Shard in, as they throw on alignment. On alignment means that they throw on bad timing, and they basically swap into a Pokemon. I didn't see it. It's a Vigoroth right there, and we do swap into Araquanid. Araquanid can easily just take any body slams right there, as Vigoroth is not applying any shield pressure. Araquanid very, very bulky. Going for a Bug Buzz right there. Bug Buzz will basically connect right there, and this Bubble Beam, as they let go of the Bubble Beam, proves to me that this is just Bug Bite downrange, and we are able to get the Bug Bite debuff. But they're actually able to get to 1 more body slam right there, which puts me low, and that's perfectly fine. Basically, let's farm whatever's in the back. And in the back, in comes Noctowl, going for a Bubble Beam right there. Just get the attack debuff right there. Going for a second Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam will get the debuff once again, and Noctowl will get the farm down, and that's perfectly fine, as we do need to try to catch right there. We do 1 more Poison Jab, swap into Shadow Cloyster to catch the Sky Attack right there, and things are definitely very tricky right now. As we were just about to catch the Sky Attack, I think that might be won me this game, as we can just easily go for back-to-back X Scissors right here. X Scissor, will this get the shield? No, it won't. Able to farm down, and they do get to another Sky Attack on the Shadow Beedrill right there. Sky Attack takes out the Shadow Beedrill, and that is a good game. So my opponent did play really well there. Hopping in the next match with Cloyster versus Luxray. Definitely not the best lead, but they're actually carrying Snarl, and my guess is that we can just easily shield a Ball Charge, and hopefully it is a Ball Charge. They do the Psychic Fangs right there. Icy Wind, able to get a debuff and get the shield because they're debuffing us, and Luxray is a Glass Cannon, and Shadow Cloyster does hit very hard. Cloyster going to shield up the Wild Charge once again, and they do swap into I think it's a Vigoroth that we just saw right there. No, it's an Obstagoon, and we do swap into Araquanid. Araquanid can easily just tank whatever Obstagoon has, as Bug Bites are super effective to the part Dark typing that Obstagoon has. Araquanid eats the Night Slash really well, and able to farm down the Obstagoon. Luxray is pretty low, so what we can just do is, can we farm down in time? But they actually get to a move right here. This is just a Psychic Fangs, not a Wild Charge. They were not able to get their Wild Charge right there. And in the back, whatever's in the back, will be eaten by his bug buzz. It's a Shadow Beedrill of their own, and we can just easily go for 2 bug buzzes. Number 1 connects, number 2 does get the final shield and gets the defense debuff. Defense debuff means that this Shadow Cloister's Ice Shot will do more damage as they do decide to throw. Beedrill able to kill the Shadow Beedrill, and we are able to take that game. So G's to my opponent right there. Topping the final match, we have Cloyster versus Munchlax. Pretty decent lead, as we do need to watch out for tackles, as tackles is pretty much doing a lot of damage, as they're able to outpace to the body slam right there. Body slam does a lot of damage right there, and going for the ICU right here, hoping to get a shield. We do get a shield, and we swap into Araquanid. Araquanid can easily just tank any moves right here. But whatever's in the back will probably just hard counter Araquanid, which it does. It's basically a Noctowl, and I accidentally threw the bubble beam on the CMP tire right there. So that means that I will not be able to get to another bubble beam. Bubble beam does get the attack debuff from the Noctowl once again, and back comes in. Shadow Cloyster comes back once again. Skytex does get the final shield, and we do throw the Icy Wind, and we can just easily just swap into the Shadow Beedrill and shield this up and hopefully farm down. And hopefully what's in the back is weak to Shadow Beedrill, able to farm down the Noctowl right there. Shadow Beedrill does have a lot of energy right here, and let's see what comes in the back. It's a Jellicent, and all we need to do is farm the back-to-back Drillruns right here, as Drillrun number 1 does a lot of damage. Drillrun number 2 will kill the Jellicent right there, and all we need to do is basically get to the X-Scissor in time. Will we get to the X-Scissor in time? We do. Will this be enough to kill? I don't believe this kills. They're at the move, and we swap and catch the body slam onto our Shadow Cloyster right there. Able to poison jab down right there, and that is a good game. So all in all, Shadow Cloyster in the Summer Cup with its new move of Liquidation. To be honest, you didn't even see much Liquidation anyway. Ice Shot Icy Wind is pretty much all it needs, as this thing is a huge glass cannon in most leagues, especially in the Great League. So I would say it's a pretty fun Pokemon to use as a spice pick, but overall I would not recommend this Pokemon for climbing, as there are way better water ice types out there like Dugong, which got Juron, and Lapras, which has more bulk. And both Dugong and Lapras have more bulk than Shadow Cloyster. While I do think this thing has potential, with shields down and energy advantage, this thing can definitely go to town. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And I do hope to see you in the next one. And please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And until next time, I'll see you guys all in the next one.